Hi, I'm Paul McCorkadale. I'm CEO at Grid Edge. We're based in Birmingham. We're originally coming out of Aston University, but as we've grown, we've got people all over the UK. So let me give you a little bit of background. We came out of Aston University in 2017 with a few founders, three founders originally, and two of those founders are still with us today, driving the business forward and solving the carbon challenge that we've all got. The premise of Grid Edge was actually that we wanted to use data in a way that drives a positive impact on the planet. And the question was, could you use that data to reduce carbon from energy in large businesses? And way back in 2017, the answer was yes. And how would we do that? We got backed really quickly by some of the biggest players in the energy industry who came on board backing the team and enabled us to go and do lots of R&D in that space. And where we focused on was large commercial buildings that you may be sat in today in your office, in your environment. And in those buildings, they're very, very complex to run and you use lots and lots of energy. So our mission as Grid Edge is actually to create a world of grid interactive buildings that adjust when, what, and how much energy you use without impacting the comfort. That last bit's really important because if you sat in an office today, you'll know exactly what the problem is of when it's too hot, too cold, and you don't have a great environment. What we've designed in the background through the backing is algorithms and technology using data and using some really leading edge tech and actually some standard data models and tools to use of how you build these capabilities. What we do is we use all that data and we work out what you can do and we tell people what to do. So the system works it all out. It finds the needles in the haystack and it brings it to the surface and it explains to the users that are running these buildings, change this, do this, and you will save X amount of pounds. Sounds really complex, but actually what it means is that you are squeezing energy really tightly. So only use what you can because the most green energy you can use is the one you don't use at all. And then move it left to right. And the reason for moving it left to right in time of day is because energy costs in the future are going to change per hour. You may have seen that at your home where you're being told to use your washing machine at certain times of the day because it's cheaper. That's going to happen in the commercial world for businesses as well. You may not even know that it's not in that world yet, but that's not there yet, but it's coming. And that's why we have to move the energy around as well as up and down. And that's what Grid Edge does. And we're doing that across hundreds of buildings in the UK at the moment. We've been growing fast. And over the next couple of years, we expect to keep doubling year on year on year. Hence, we need some great people to join our team here at Grid Edge to get to the solving that mission and get into our vision. So at Grid Edge, our overall goal and our mission over the coming years is to enable this technology to be in as many buildings as possible, firstly in the UK, but then internationally across the world. And it will be mainly in commercial large buildings that will put this technology because it's really complex. For us, we see ourselves as potentially being the Intel inside. You might never have heard of us. In fact, you might not have heard of Grid Edge until this point. Grid Edge is in lots of buildings that you may have went into already. Royal Opera House in London, if you've ever been there, Grid Edge is the technology. It keeps that place comfortable and manages their energy. Shopping centres all over the UK. I'm sure you've probably been in one recently. Grid Edge is the technology sitting behind that that's keeping those shopping centres running and managing their energy and their carbon. So we don't necessarily need to be that shining light that everybody knows Grid Edge. What we want to be is expand our carbon reach and have the biggest impact we possibly can in our expertise for the planet to reduce carbon load from energy. And if we can be as all the buildings in the world, that would be our ideal target. But we're on an amazing journey. We need some great people to join us, but we really need people that, nothing is impossible. We need great thinkers, problem solvers, people that just say you can do it. Haven't worked out yet, but I'm going to go and do it. And if we can keep building our team like that, we'll create an amazing company and we'll have a massive impact on the planet.
So the back-end team here at Grid Edge has a large cloud native infrastructure that powers all of our systems. It does everything from our data ingress, our API that serves our front end, and all of our analytics. And we've built this up using the cloud native toolset that GCP offers. And this is what served us really well so far and has let Grid Edge grow to the point where we are. But we're at a point where we just don't have the resources and we don't have the expertise to manage this effectively anymore. And we need someone who's really hot with their GCP skills, who's used to the whole GCP toolset, who can come in and help us to set best practice across the team, to help everyone to level up their game and to ensure that our product can grow and scale as we continue to bring in more and more customers to Grid Edge.
So I've been with Grid Edge for just over 5 years now. And I'd say one of the best things about the culture here is that we're really, really open-minded. It's one of our values, and it's something I see demonstrated every day. Everybody is really open to ideas, to understanding what people have used outside of work or personally. You know, like we're an AI driven organization, and we're always looking for new tools to help us go faster. But what I see here is actually a demonstration of everybody talking to each other about those new ideas, whether it's just on Slack or whether it's in our stand-ups. And that's something I don't think I have seen in other organizations quite so strongly. Everybody's really, really friendly, really welcoming. We all come from really different backgrounds. We're quite culturally diverse. But that's brilliant because actually you see many other sides to a story that you kind of normally think of only with one parallel, really. So I think that's probably the biggest thing that attracted me about Grid Edge, and which I do every day with them.